How's it going, guys? Welcome to Audio Addiction. We have designer Disguise with us tonight. They can say their names and what they do in the band.
I'm Hoosty. I do secondary lead vocals, and I play guitar.
Yeah.
And this is Jackson.
Yes, and I'm Jackson, and I sing. I sing in the band. I'm the lead singer.
Oh, okay. Guys,
Just
remember
because I
that's
don't
in the
have it in my hand, so
that's in the
say it.
bio, guys. He's
Yeah.
Jackson is lead singer. You know, that's how you know the types of, like medals. Like he's lead. So, he's higher ranking. That's what I'm saying.
In the hierarchy of our band.
You didn't hear it from me personally, but just saying. If you go, you have to address Jackson as your highness, when you go see them at a show. Just, I didn't say it, but he said
true.
he's the lead vocalist, so
It's
can't.
the unspoken rule. Yeah.
It's the unspoken rule, yeah. But thank you guys for coming on. We've been having a good time, just goofs and gaffing here. That's, if you know the channel, that is what I do here. I do it best. So thank you to Tabitha over at Invogue. She's goated, so bless her. But wanted to know, guys, because I don't know too much about the history of your band, so this is the perfect time to get just familiarized with the story of Designer Disguise. How'd you guys start out? How'd you get your members? Just spare no expense. Tell as much time as you want. I just do this for fun, so I love to hear the storyline. So give me all the deets.
Real quick, Jackson, do you mind if I tell this story? Because I wasn't there, but I've heard it 1,000 times. And then
I've heard it 1,000 times, but
yeah,
I gotta say it myself. Yeah.
Yeah, do it.
Jackson and Josh both were studying at Western Washington University up in Bellingham. And Jackson was doing more vocal focused stuff, and Josh was doing more production focused stuff. And in one of their production classes, right?
Yeah.
In one of their production classes, Jackson sang in front of the class. Josh basically zeroed in on Jackson, saw the lip ring, and was basically just like, "You like heavy music?" And Jackson's like, "Yeah." And Josh is like, "Do you want to start a band?" And Jackson's like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Am I good?
That's the beginning of the story. We've been in a band ever since.
There we go. And Justin, how did you wind up joining?
I 2 years later. Is that right? Am I right?
No, two.
So they had formed a different band that and kind of refined, and it became Designer Disguise down the line. And then my roommate, who is an awesome drummer, who was playing with Designer Disguise, asked me to come in. So.
And he was just like, "You're gonna kill it, right?" And then they were like, "Great, you're second vocalist now."
That's almost exactly what happened.
Verbatim. I wasn't there, but
no, I know. But Hoosty joined as a guitarist, and then we were working on music together, and we all love like Linkin Park and stuff, and so we wrote this new song, and we were like, "Hoosty, you rap in this verse now." We'd heard Hoosty rap before, like drunk at parties.
Okay.
So we knew like he was really good at it. Like it wasn't just like you were the guy. Like it was like we've heard him do it, but then it was sort of thrust upon him. But Hoosty, like, what was your point of view from that?
Oh, I mean, it was basically thrust upon me by Jackson. But I also didn't want to like not do it. It was kind of exciting to me, and I never considered myself a rapper, but like when we put out Strongo, they're Stronger.
Strongo.
That's when my head started turning, and it kind of gave me a lot more confidence. And I think it's taken a couple years for me to get used to the whole rapping in a or band type thing. But yeah, that's basically the story.
I mean, I thought Hoosty was a rapper. Like, like he was really good at it, and he is really good at it. And it's not just like Hoosty listens to a lot of hip hop and like has a big background in like knowing a bunch of cool artists. He introduced me to a lot of cool artists, like one of which is Ritz.
Oh, nice. Yeah. All right.
White rapper, but he's like very lyrically talented and speaks, he makes bops, but then he also has these songs that are like very internal and very thoughtful And I feel like I hear a lot of that in Hoostie's writing, where it's really intentional, but still like the flow is dope. But it's, you know, like knowing who he is. He's not trying to
Yeah.
be, you know, like a mumble rapper being like, I do cocaine, blah, 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 which like is its thing. Like that's not our lifestyle, you know.
Yeah, sure.
It very much comes like his rap style comes from who Hoostie is. Hoostie's Justin's nickname, also, by the way. It morphed from Justin to Houston to Hoostie.
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 And so like it just sort of it became that, and then we went down and we recorded with Eric Ron, who's done like a lot of really good work.
Love Eric.
Yeah, he's amazing. And that was like the first time where we were in the studio with like a producer who was like, no, that sucks, let's do this. You know, like he's very honest and very
yeah.
cool. But those songs on the Nowhere EP, which are called Undercurrent, Stairway to Nowhere, and Enemy, he really helped us sort of put our money where our mouth was and like make that happen. It was the first step in, I think, us finding our voices, both of us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think for me, it was a very big point of like hearing myself like totally edited and done by and recorded by a master. Who like I would do like 20 takes and he'd be like, no,
keep going, yeah.
Yes. And I'd be like, what the fuck did I just do? That was good.
He just wanted to keep just having you he's like, man, racking that time up. No kidding.
Well, he had this thing, I can't remember who it was, but like all I remember was this guy was pointing at you. It was like a photo above the mic that said, you're a coward.
What? Oh my God.
It was very like challenging, but like in the best way. Like when I listen to those takes, I'm like, yes. I do think for Hoostie it was slightly different because I think Hoostie was still coming into his own as a rapper and finding his voice. So like Hoostie, yeah, speak on that.
I mean, you nailed it. Like I was coming into my own. I think like I wasn't even ready to join this band when I did. Like a lot of things I've kind of just stumbled into, and it's been a great happenstance for me. And I wouldn't trade it for the world. But like a lot of the stuff that I have started doing was totally not of my like own volition. So I'm just able to be where I am, you know.
Yeah, but I also feel like too, like it brings out the best in you, right? That I find that people are often surprised that prior to doing YouTube, they're like, you were just like this quiet, reserved person, and now you like interview bands. And like this month in February, I'll be celebrating 7 years of doing YouTube, you know, and interviewing bands. So, thank you guys. And to me, it's like I look back at myself too, like because then the next month I'm gonna be turning 30, so then I'm like, holy shit, like how much I have grown as a person in that time frame, and then also amongst the 7 years of like interviewing bands and like coming out of my shell as a person. So I totally get that thought process and that like movement in your head where you're like, yeah, I don't think I'm good enough, and then somebody says, nah, you can do it, you can kill it. Like you just have to have people that give a shit about what you do and like want to push you to that next stage. And I feel like with, you know, that was like something that I had checked out from you guys, that I was just like, they just seem like these type of people that just like, no matter what shit had happened to them, they're just like, we're gonna keep building on it. Like if somebody tells me I suck, like I gotta work on it and I gotta do the next thing. And I think what you guys are doing, to me personally, like that struck a chord with me because I was like, that's exactly how I was. I don't even still feel like I'm that great at doing this, but every interview, every person I talk to, I just get a little bit better at trying to feel out a situation, or like maybe I need to give a little bit more, or maybe I need to like hold back. It's like that type of thing. And I imagine, you know, both you and you know, Jackson, just having two vocalists, you also have to have that kind of give and take being vocalists, and so that requires that honesty first and foremost, and secondly it requires that skill of like knowing where, like, okay, Jackson's like, I'm gonna come in this part, and like Hoostie's like, I'm gonna come in at this part, and then like maybe we're gonna come in together, like, you know, that's sick. And so I feel like there's a great combination of both those things that personally I wasn't expecting, and makes me want to listen to more of your stuff, because I know your backstory now, and that makes me like endear the music a little bit more because I'm like, okay, I know what that's like. You know, that's what I've experienced, and I hope that other people can kind of get that sort of that feeling or that thought. Um, I obviously know that you guys released a new album on January 20th, and forgive me if I butcher it. I think it's Elsewhere. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I
Yes.
kudos to me. You know, I can't
Okay.
say shit, but I got that
Yeah.
right. So, but how do you guys feel? And I know you guys also got back from tour pretty recently as well. Like, how has that reception been for the album and for people who have been with you for a bit? Like, I think that older fans always have a tendency to, you know, obviously think of like the fonder memories of older albums, but do you feel that with, you know, even new and old fans that they're like, I like this. I didn't think I was gonna like this, or maybe they're like, I already love your band and now I love you more. How has that reception been for the new release?
It's been I mean, you know, we've had our fan base has been building steadily over the years, and so there's always these older fans that we've had for a long time, and
Sure.
they're like diehards. There's one of them,
That's
but like
great.
they like everything we do. Like I swear to God, like they are
That's
like this
awesome.
new thing is awesome. The people who have been with us for a while, um, you know, like this is my new favorite thing that you've done, and that's just like really cool to have happen. But like something that happened on tour was we performed for a bunch of people who didn't know who we were.
Exactly, yeah.
And the compliment I got the most that I liked the most was like, I didn't know who you were. I didn't know what to expect. But by the end of your set, I was vibing on your shit big time.
Good to hear.
And I think part of the reason that there's that sort of confusion sometimes or like not sure is that we are an eclectic bunch of musicians and we range from like pop ballads to the deathcore shit, you know, and we maintain that within us because it's part of us. It's different parts of us all coming together. You know, we played a hardcore show in Colton in this dude's backyard on a patio where people were
What?
just killing each other, and like we were like sitting at our merch table being like, I'm kind of scared. And then we went out
That's
there,
fair, yeah.
right? Yeah, and like I mean, I love hardcore music, but like you know, playing to like literally all hardcore crowd, we were like, damn, we're going up there, and I literally said like, now it's time for some feelings, and I could tell, I could see the and the arms crossed, you know, a couple people, but after that show, people came up like, you hit me like hard, and one of the first bands who we really loved called Smokes 909. They messaged us afterward and sent us a screenshot of their chat of their guitarist being like, "Why is Designer Skies my new favorite band?" You know, and
That's
that was
awesome.
really cool. It felt like we had this accessibility to people who want to freaking throw down and crowd kill, but we also touched them in their heart. And that was like, yeah, we touched them straight in their friggin' heart. We reached in
Just
there.
Mortal
But
Kombat that shit, you know?
exactly, Indiana Jones, you know,
Love it, yeah.
it's just so special.
Hoosty? Yeah, what's your thoughts, bud?
Uh, oh, like, what was the question again? Fans like reactions to our new music.
Yeah, no,
Um,
like what's the reception been? How do you feel like the reception's been for you? Because I feel like doing like rap and stuff like that, that wouldn't like if I saw you, that would be the like one of the last things that I would think of, you know. And that's not, I'm not trying to like, you know, judge or anything, but you know, I feel like you got the bars, you know, certainly. But that wouldn't be like the first thing that I would see. So when, you know, you guys come running up on the stage, like I would be like, is this guy lost? Like, you know, what's he doing? Like, you know, and so for me, that would be such a shock. But like, how do you feel with, you know, obviously Elsewhere, the album being out and like the reception it's been, like, you know, obviously being hard on yourself? Do you feel like that? You feel like you're like, man, this is great, or you're like, I don't know, I could do better.
uh, well, as far as the reception to it, it's been really good, and it's just been so long in the making. Like, even if we had half the streams we have, I would feel nothing but like grateful for like being able to put so much time, money, and blood, sweat, and tears, and
Sure, yeah,
hanging as friends throughout COVID, creating something that is really special. So I think like even if it tanked, I would look back super proud on the album. and right now it seems to be doing like pretty good. And I'm just stoked that people are willing to listen, because spending years putting a lot of like effort into a concept album, you're like, I really hope this hits.
Yeah.
And then people messaging us lyrics from specific songs, and they're saying how it relates to them, and you get that, and you're like, that's exactly how I wanted people to feel when I wrote that. And that's exactly how I felt in the time. So it's not about like ridiculous streaming numbers. It's about like the small connections we make with like many people that really just like is validating and makes you feel good. So like sometimes, when you're skunked madunked and you're just not feeling it, you kind of have to step back and just see it for what it is.
I was that English?
If your nunk's not fully skunked, what are you even doing, my friend?
Guys, if you could translate that below in the comments, give me your best translation of that, because I swear to God, I think I had like a stroke for about like a minute.
That's the word of tour. You're just saying skunk-manunk, just all tour. And,
just give me the definition, guys, down below. I want to know which one's the best one. I will pin that comment. That I need to know.
I'm making stickers, yo.
You should. I would buy one and maybe possibly put it on my car, but definitely on my like vinyl player. Yes. So then somebody could be like, "What the fuck's this?" And I'm like, "If you know, you know."
Yeah, that's exactly it, babe.
That's it. But that's awesome. I'm excited. I'm gonna have to give Elsewhere a listen. I did listen to Stardust, which, as we talked about, great jumping off point. So that would be one I would recommend for everybody to give a listen to. But I will also probably be doing for the month of January. Well, January passed, so February, March, and April, and probably for as long as I can do it for. I want to do like fan requested streams and stuff like that, of where I do the live review for albums. So I will add Elsewhere to my list of albums to review live. I've only listened to Stardust, guys, so it'll be the great, I'll go from the first track to the last track. You guys can be there for the entire journey, so I'll make sure to let you guys know when that gets streamed, but it'll be fun, so come hang out.
That'll be awesome.
We'd love to.
The next question is the perfect segue, guys. Obviously we were just talking about Elsewhere and that impact you have on, your fans and stuff like that. But for people who maybe aren't familiar with you, very similarly to while you guys were on tour, people check on this video and they're like, "Ooh, I haven't heard of this band, but I like what they're going, what they're about." What song would you recommend to a new listener to check out to give you guys an idea of your sound and what you guys do?
It is a hard question.
Yes, I'd imagine.
Once you listen to the rest of our music, you'll understand
why it's hard.
We if you set up a Venn diagram of like heavy and pop, there'll be a lot of different dots, some that overlap, and some that are totally
this one's like off the chart. Yeah.
I'd say Abandoned Ship is the most like generic, but like one of the best songs on the album.
Ooh,
and it's probably the most encompassing. But if we're gonna break it down by genre, if you like the feels, listen to Infinite. If you like the heavy, listen to Destroyer. If you want like mainstream metalcore, listen to Abandoned Ship.
Well done.
Is those also your picks, Jackson?
I mean, that's off the new album. Okay. So let's say let's keep it on the new album. That is like.
You could give me a deep cut. That's fine. I'm cool with that.
Okay, let's say we'll do deep cuts. If you like Feels, Enemy Reimagined. If you like post-hardcore down the middle, then Undercurrent. And then if you like the heavy new metal, Out of My Face. Yeah.
You're speaking the language of love here. That's that's my bread and butter. You've
at least been consistent in how all over the place we've been.
And I guess, a lot of that, I'd imagine, is just because you guys are from different backgrounds in regards to the music that you guys listen to. I'm curious to get into it because, as you guys mentioned, it's all over the place. So for me, that is that curiosity strikes for me when I'm like, when the band's like, it's very hard for us to pick because literally each song sounds different. So then I'm like, oh, okay, like as a band, does it work collectively? Because I'm old school, you know. I listen to albums front to back. I know a lot of the Zoomers here, like, you know, the Gen Zers, they're all about listening to, like, you know, the TikTok snippet and then they're good. You know, I'm the old crusty guys like I love a vinyl record. I'll just put that on and spin that shit, you know? So like for me, I like listening to it and getting that concept from front to back. And obviously with this new album Elsewhere being a concept album, I'm curious of the sort of thought process from start to finish makes its way apparent to me as a listener, and I hope it makes it apparent to the people that go and listen to this album. But yeah, I'll have to stream it, and you guys will get my unadulterated, real deal reaction to it, and then I'll be like, "Yo, this song was sick. I like this one," or I'll be like, "I don't know, this one maybe not be hidden right now, but might require a few more listens," you know, and that's how it is, you know, and I like that.
Yeah, same. And I'm also a crusty vinyl listener too, so I'm a full album.
I like full albums too, but it's been my listening has been changed by the world that we live in these days. Like it's just, you know, people are like, we only drop singles now, or
Yeah.
it's just well, and like I swear I used to have a perfectly organized iTunes that had all my stuff, and then on one day like iTunes like updated and like it changed the organization system, and ever since then like I've been confused.
You've been crusty a different way.
Yeah, crusty. Yeah.
Like, we were like using Spotify, and who's like I queued up songs, and I was like, I don't even use that. What is that? You know, like just the whole like streaming thing of having every option.
It is wild.
Like, it screws me up, but I still would rather listen to front to back than being like this song. But we definitely, yeah, like we have crazy different, like in the car on tour, the amount of different shit that we listened to was, it spread from Backstreet Boys to Darko, which Darko,
wow. All right. Yeah. I feel you on that. Oh, I'm very much in that same boat. Like I was listening to like at work where we have like a speaker system. So I have a speaker like next to my desk and, I was listening to one day I was just spinning a ton of City and Color and then I jumped all the way over to Alpha Wolf, you know? So like the complete, like if you talk about opposite ends of the scale, I mean like City and Color hits you in the feels and then Alpha Wolf just like, you know, I'm crowd killing all of my coworkers, you know? So that's just how it is.
Still hits you in the field.
Yeah, they do get to the feels, but Akudama's my favorite.
Oh. You know, I feel like an idiot for sleeping on them for so long, but I've been going to the gym for like about 6 months now, and God, every time that song comes on, I'm just like, man, if these weights just flew straight off the machine, you know, like that's what I feel like happens. But meanwhile, I'm just like just trying to like pick up a weight,
all sweaty,
sweaty, you know.
One
you're like.
pull up.
You're like your arms are shaking, but meanwhile, like Akudama's like playing, and you're just like. We're like, man, if I just like pulled myself, I'd just go straight through like the top of Planet Fitness. That's not what happens, but that's what I imagine, you know, would occur when you listen to Alpha Wolf. So, guys, give me suggestions for the gym down in the comments. I need new like just dumb heavy bands to listen to at the gym. Darko's one that I've been listening to a lot. Alpha Wolf. What was it? Who's he?
Live, Conform, Die. That's my gym go-to. They're super dank. They're from Australia.
Ooh, say less. Australian bands are. Woo.
Yeah, they're hit.
Yeah, they're Australia's just on fire.
Do you have a good one, Jackson? Do you have any gym go-tos?
Chelsea Grin's album Eternal Nightmare, which I guess you know is the Husi was telling me that Darko is that singer plus the Spike guitarist or Spike drummer playing guitar.
Yeah. Yes, correct.
And like I swear, I was like, are these produced by the same people that did this album? Because it hits just like those breakdowns. Like I love stupid doo-doo dumb breakdowns.
Yeah,
like, that's my favorite.
It's the unga boonga, you know, in your body that just comes out. You know. You know, you get stanced up, you know, it's just like I imagine the SpongeBob, like when he went back in time, that's just all I imagine every time I think of a riff that goes hard.
We played with a band on tour called Blind Wolf.
Yes. Oh, they're fantastic.
They're sick.
Really good.
Shout outs.
And Smokes, like I don't think anybody knows who these guys are because it was their first shows. Smokes 909. They were playing just heavy-ish. I don't even know. Hoosty, have you looked up their stuff on Spotify?
I haven't, but I
don't either.
Now
but
I'm
if they
going
have
to
on Spotify, you want to because they rip.
Oh, okay. Good. Smoko 909. Let's go. Go check them out. Next question I have for you guys. I know you did say you have just the most wide variety of influences, but I'm curious on who was the first band that got you started out in music? Like, who was the one that you were just like, I want to do this shit. This is sick. I like this band. I wish I could do this. And then who influences your style more currently? So like, who are the kind of artists that like are more current that are just like peak, you know?
Yeah. The first band that like made me really want to be in a rock band was this kind of pop punk alternative band called Something Corporate.
Oh yes, yeah.
They, Something Corporate. His name's Andrew McMahon. He ended up playing with Jack's Mannequin. That's his band also, and now he's in Andrew McMahon in the Wilderness. And he plays piano and sings, and like I play piano and
very
sing.
Sick.
Yeah, and like so I started listening to them in like second grade. And like from that, like I remember being in the car with my Walkman, listening to it and being like, I'm gonna be on stage one day, like
Love
that's
it.
me. And then, more recently, Bring Me the Horizon has been I've been listening to them forever, but like all the stuff that they do, all the ways that they go from different polarities of genre, like that has always inspired me. And I've always felt a kindred spirit with the writing and the lyrics.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, so that's one of the more recent ones that are like is in the genre that still inspires me.
Yeah, for me, I got like the Satellite CD by POD. That was one of my first CDs that just really like messed me up. So them and Linkin Park, made me feel like I was going to be a rock star one day, and it made me relate to other people that were playing music and helped me get like involved in music. And then currently, things that like inspire me to write it's kind of all over the board because I do like rapping and stuff, and then screaming, and then we play a lot of like feels music too. So for me, it's the Deer Hunter.
Yes. Ooh.
That's my favorite band. Just the way they write songs is just beautiful, and the vocal harmonies. And then a couple rappers like Saba and Ritz really inspire like my flow. Like I just really like fast rap and people that ride beats in just a smooth way.
Suture to the beat.
Yeah. And then as far as like metal adjacent stuff, like I the Mighty has influenced me a lot. And even though they're maybe canceled, but really has impacted me a lot. And then just heavy ass shit like Spite. I've been just obsessed with them. So good.
That's another one I have to add to my list of gym like beaters right there. That's another great one.
Without a doubt.
I feel you. I feel Hoosty, man. I feel like Hoosty and I are just like brothers from other mothers, you know? Like I the Mighty was like one of those bands for me as well that just like, you know, I know people canceled them long ago, but I still have a lot of respect for the type of music they created because it affected me, and honestly affected my guitar writing a lot too. So I have to give them a lot of credit, despite their tumultuous past. Is what it is. Things happen, but I have to agree with that. That's a good one. Not a lot of people talk about them. I mean, for obvious reasons, but yeah, I would agree. They're a fantastic band.
I feel like I also have to say Bill Murray, huge inspiration.
Bro, I'm not even joking you. I have like I got the hat, I got like merch, I have like all of his vinyl. I'm waiting for Goblin Hour, God.
The new vinyl yet?
It's not. So supposedly they're shipping in March, so next month. I know.
I ordered it last March.
Hey, let's go. We're gonna. I was just like, wait, I got an email, and I was like, it was just like, yeah, this is shipping out in March. I'm like, dope. I've been waiting for this album forever, but
Yes.
now I have to wait less. And then I'm seeing him. I'm seeing him in March. March 5th. He's gonna be in Philly, so I'm really stoked.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah, I don't know who they're announcing for support. I mean, I'm hoping it's gonna be someone lit. Designer disguise. I mean, come on, come on,
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray, what's good? You've been on the channel before. Come on, what's going on? Let's do it, Johnny. Hit up the DMs. Let's go. Come on, man. Let's do it.
They're like a dream tour for us. Like the way that he picks up genres and like is all over the place, but in like the most cohesive way. Like,
chef's kiss.
Lucy's been trying to get me to like deep dive into them more and more, and then like we finally listened to a bunch together on tour, and I was like, yeah, you're right. This is perfection.
Chef's
and
kiss.
like maybe the ideal version of like if we were to go to a producer to be like, we want to do this kind of thing where it like feels like there's a lot of things going on, but like it fits together and it makes you laugh, but it also makes you cry and makes you
he's great,
but also makes you vibe. Like he fits all that into the stuff, and I love that. And I mean, we've been listening to him sing since Attack Attack, and Attack Attack is one of my favorite. Which album is that? The best one?
Ooh, that's tough. I feel like the self-title is my favorite.
Yeah, is that was AC-130?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the best one.
Yeah.
That's my favorite for sure.
They're all good. I feel like Someday Came Suddenly is great. I feel like This Means War got a lot of shit on it, but I actually like that album a lot now. That's a fantastic album.
0.5 Beartooth.
It was 0.5 Beartooth, yeah. Except for they just made it like dumb heavy with like 7 strings for like no reason. Caleb's like, yeah, so we just put 7 strings on this album, like no big deal, Gonna have some riffs here, I was stoked. I still think that one got way too much undue hate for it. I think it's a classic, as much as I don't think it's very much Attack anymore by that point, but
right.
I love it. It's great. But yeah, Bill Murray, come on, man. Johnny, you already know. Come on, let's go. Let's do it.
Skunk our lungs. You gotta skunk this nunk.
Listen, you still have time. It's February now. I'm just saying, I don't think they're doing anything in March, so
We're not.
Bro, come on, let's do it. Let's go.
Not yet.
I'd love that. Tabitha, let's get on it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Collab. Yeah, guys, let's petition for that to happen. Make sure to add Bill Murray on Twitter. Man's goated. So, I don't care. Everybody's like, man, are you like a simp for Bill Murray? And I'm like, 1000%. Man's goated. Love the man. Love the man. Next question, guys. What are you currently listening to? What are you spinning on the daily? What's on the Spotify? Or what are you currently jamming?
Well, like I said on tour, Boosty finally I'd listened to some Bill Murray before, but like, this is cool, this is great, cool. Yolks, goblins, not wiping, all that. I'd seen that, but I was like, this is kind of crazy. But then we listened to it like more like all of it.
Yeah, in depth. Yeah.
This is my actual last vibe. And I had listened to Dayseeker's album before this one, but I'd been afraid to listen to Dark Star because
Dark Sun,
Dark Sun. And I did break down crying in the middle of the album, and we had to stop playing it.
Bro, you're right. You're right.
I was driving, so I was like, we gotta stop. And who's like, this isn't even the saddest song yet.
Oh no, it's not. Yeah, you may have missed the saddest song on the album. Your boy, not to cut you off, Jackson, but your boy was mid cry. On stream. I streamed that live, so I was bawling tears live streaming, bro. Shit caught me in the feels, I
was like, I need to go and take this and be alone.
No, people were in my chat, like, watching me, like, physically weep on the camera, so.
Yeah.
I have that
And
going
so
for me.
I've been like, as a vocalist, like Rory is just, you know, goals in so many ways. And the way that they've learned to make you feel like you've heard their melodies before. Like there's such good melodies that it's like you know it already, which is, I think, such an incredible way to write. And the way that they take the vocal hooks and use that as a theme throughout songs is just expert mode for certain. And I love the instrumentation and the synthiness. I produce electronic music as well, and so I love the electronic vibes of it, but also the way that they come in with those just huge choruses that make you feel like you're standing on a cliff in front of the ocean, like just take me,
like like the Titanic, you know, like
exactly.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. Yeah.
And I still listen. Like the thing that like I work to and that it gets me going is the Doom soundtrack by Mick Gordon
bro.
from the first game. It is like I just feel like I'm I feel like I'm the Doom Slayer when I listen to that. And I've been listening to that on repeat. And still lots of Backstreet Boys. That's always in the mix.
I got you. I got you.
For me, I feel like we've said all these bands, but Dayseeker's new album has just like landed with me heavily. The new Spite album or EP is just like really fucking good. And I'm still sitting on the Capstan album, Restless Heart Keep Running.
Ooh, yeah.
That one just fucks me up. I have that one on vinyl. I spin it and I cry all the time.
I feel that, you know, and I listen to the I think it's Separate, I think is their newest album. That's also very good. I didn't like it initially, and then I listened to it more and more, and I was just like, God, this is such a good album.
Okay, I still have yet to breach that kind of
goalpost. I think you'll come around to it, because like I originally was just like Restless Hearts, like that shit is like a near damn perfect record, you know, and I was like, can they top that? And I was like, I don't know. First listen, I was like, I don't know. It's not there, you know. Second listen, okay, yeah, we're getting there. Third listen, okay, we're getting a little closer. And then, you know, now it's like I put that one on just as much as Restless now, I think.
Okay, so that's exciting because, you know,
we'll check in with you.
It takes me a long time to digest albums, and like
it's tough. Yeah.
Album that comes out, I don't vibe with it until the next Periphery album comes out, and then I like the old one a lot. So
the new songs are nuts. They're a little bit out. I think they're a little bit out of my realm. You know, like I guys, I recorded a reaction video for it. I have not edited, but by the time this comes up, it'll probably be out. And I think I just sit there dumbfounded for about like 6 minutes, and then like the last minute of the song, I'm like, oh shit, now it clicks. All of it's coming together now, you know?
Yeah.
It's like the fucking scene in like Doctor Strange where like the lady just like smacks the shit out of Doctor Strange. Like I'm just like, oh yeah, I don't know, this isn't really hitting that hard, and then she just fucking slams you into the thing, and then you're like, oh okay, now I get it. It makes sense. Yeah. like Periphery, I get it, you know, like that's like. And I think with Wildfire, that was the one that I was just like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get how all of these things work. Like, musically, it's really cool. But I was also like, I didn't go to Berklee College of Music, so I don't, you know, I don't get it, you know? But I feel like all of the people that have like a notepad out, they're like, you know, they're already writing the Guitar Pro tab while they're watching the video, and then like learning it, and then, you know, typing the tab out with their toes, you know, like that's what I think, you know, that's what I imagine those two people do, you know, no offense, clearly way more talented than I am, you know, but like they could do that shit with their eyes closed, you know, and I'm meanwhile like, you know, my mouth to the floor, like
picking up your head.
Yeah, basically. I'm like, go to come on, brain, work. You know, like I just don't. It goes above me, and then I'll listen to it, and I'll be like, okay, that's cool. I like it. You know, it'll just hit me.
Just a little like factoid, because you know we are nerds in this band. We wrote a sci-fi concept album. So. But the new Periphery songs have a lot of like motifs that come from their older albums, so I think they're really like giving the fans some juicy stuff with this.
There's a lot of service.
I was about to say they're very Juggernaut forward, and I only know that because of the amount of nerds who have been like, "There's so many Juggernaut motifs in it." I don't actually know that, but
I also don't know that either. Yeah, I was just like, breakdown heavy, Spencer scream good, yeah, like sing great, you know,
yeah.
melodic
Sometimes
dissonance, you know, like you like
And then let's break. What?
yeah.
yeah.
And then the jazz break really got me. I was just like, it's gonna be a funny video to watch. I think people like. I'm just gonna put like idiot reacts to like Periphery.
Yeah.
That's because that's how I feel. Like whenever I listen to like an incredibly like Polyphia, another P band, but like I feel like I listen to their music and I'm just like, and then I like take my guitar and I like huck it out my window as hard as I can, because I'm just like, I don't have time to learn that shit, like like I just sit there dumbfounded, like it
I
blows my mind and I just
that's
don't
like
get it.
that's like how I feel when I listen to too much like Animals as Leaders at once.
Oh,
Like I think it's incredible. I like it's, but like after a while, the
yeah.
I'm just like, it doesn't compute.
You're like,
for
what
me.
time signature are you in? Like,
Well,
is it
ask our drummer. He'll know. He'll know right away.
okay?
I made a joke like we were listening to a bunch of prog, and I like during it, I was like, "Hey, Chris, do you like math?" And he was like, "Shut the fuck up."
I feel like
Yeah.
that's. I feel like there's nerd about like you can be a music nerd, but then there's like a special like there's like when you achieve 100% and you're a completionist, that's like the musician level that like if you listen to like a Periphery and Animals as Leaders, like any sort of like really technical prog band like a Dream Theater, you're up here, like you have ascended. I am
Yeah.
not there. I don't want to ever be there because like God, my brain would be so massive, like I'm cool with the dumb oonga boonga riffs that make me, get the gains at the gym and then just like sick melodies, and I'm not saying that they don't have sick melodies whatsoever, but some of that shit goes way over my head and I don't have a musical degree to understand any of that stuff. And I'm totally ready for somebody to roast me in the comments and be like, yeah, so actually there's a melodic motif that you missed here in minute 137 to 2 minutes and 35 seconds. It was this really cool part from Juggernaut. I don't know if you know that album or not, but like it was right there and you missed it. And I was like, the song is 7 minutes long. Can you hold a thought for 7 minutes? I can't, like, God,
That's
it's
in
terrible.
your comment, dude.
What?
I'm just gonna be like, Jockin' it's the best.
Meet me in the comments. That's
Meet me in the comments.
Lucy and our friend Brandon and Chris in the comments being like, "You're just dumb."
Please,
both
I will fully call myself an idiot to Periphery. I don't like. I listen to that and Zacharias, and I'm just like, are we in the same timeline? Like, like, did they jump to the future and write these riffs? Because I would believe it.
Yeah.
I don't fucking
Truly.
get it. Well, guys, that was our Periphery pit stop, and we're gonna go back onto the trail here, guys. Let me know how shitty I am at dissecting a Periphery track when the video comes out. So let me know. Cool down
Oh,
below, guys.
I'm stoked. That's gonna be fun.
It's terrible. I'm not ready. I kind of like low key don't want to post it because I'm just waiting for someone to comment and be like, "Well, you don't have a musical." I'm just gonna like print out a piece of paper and just put it on my back wall and just
There you
have
go.
it say like, I'm just gonna spell Berkeley really terribly and then just
Yeah.
put it up there. I'm gonna draw it out in like pen.
A music debris.
Barkley music, dude.
Music debris. Get
It's
your notes.
boss soon. That's what I know how to play, and I'll just put it like right here on top of the like cat tree.
Oh man.
Oh God, great. But anyway, guys, the next question I have for you is a fun one. If you guys could pick a song to cover, what would it be?
Probably a Periphery song.
Oh, sick, bro.
Oh man.
Icarus Lives is great. I love that song.
Oh. Well, this is kind of a loaded question because we've been on the old TikTok Reno app doing covers. And one's going viral like right now, I think, which is cool.
Oh shit!
I was just looking at my phone because like I had to turn it over earlier because I was getting too many notifications. But we have covered a lot of stuff from the song "Forget Me," because I'm not ready. Yeah, by Louis Capaldi.
Oh yeah.
You know,
The G of TikTok right now. Have you seen his TikTok? Like,
no,
oh, you got
dude,
chef's
really
kiss.
fun.
He is a goofball. Yeah, I love it.
We've covered Taylor Swift. We've covered Bring Me the Horizon. We've covered that guy, Henry Styles.
Henry Styles. Is that his brother? Oh my god.
No, he's Harry Styles. Sometimes I say Henry Potter when I'm talking about
It's all right. I'm not gonna roast you at all.
Yeah. Yeah, you know Henry Steele. I love that guy. So we have currently, like, we're talking with our label In Vogue about like what we want to do next, and you know, we talked with Bob Becker, who's the guy who started Punk Goes Pop back in the day, and now runs Thriller, about what we're gonna do next. And we have this giant. Oh, Hoostie's disappeared.
Oh,
we have this giant list of. He's probably going back.
I could have just paused. We could have just paused.
No, it's all good. We have this giant list of covers that we just sent to them.
Oh, okay.
That include, you know, Disney songs. That include more current stuff like Post Malone and The Weeknd.
Ooh, all right.
The new Miley Cyrus song "Flowers."
Oh no, don't do that one.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna let them help us choose. But basically, of recent, we've started, like, we were in this like fuck it mode of like doing TikTok, where like we just felt like nothing was hitting, nothing was connecting with people, or it wasn't connecting, it wasn't going out beyond our people.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, fuck it, let's do Get Low. You know, Get Low.
Oh yeah.
Like
369. Oh yeah. The Lil Jon song. You know. Yeah.
Exactly.
Sorry, I can't. I'm not gonna scream in my roommate.
But it popped off on TikTok. We actually played it on tour.
What?
And people, okay.
But that's how I feel about Hoostie, you know, pulling me out of the tub right there.
Yeah, I think we're in sync.
Okay,
but
that's better.
Yes. So Get Low, we just did that one, and the one that's kind of popping right now is Low by T-Pain and Flo Rida. Like, shawty got low. And I don't know. I think honestly, right now, we kind of want somebody to tell us what to do.
It's all the Low songs.
Yeah, it's definitely a little confusing in emails and stuff. Like,
you're like, which Low song are we talking about?
Yeah, which one? We were like, hey, drummer Chris, can you like do the drums for this video? And he sent us back, and it was for Low, and he sent us back the drums for Get Low. So it has been confusing.
I think you should just stop. I don't want to insert my opinion, but I think maybe you should not release another cover that's a Low song. You know, just just ease of use. You know, I'm just saying.
I really want to do "How Low" by Ludacris, like real bad, dude.
Oh,
that one, I vibe with that one.
I feel like I am getting an email from Tabitha right now saying, "Why did you unleash this hell upon me?" Oh,
there are a lot of songs that are just called Get Low beyond.
You just have an album. You just record an EP and it's all Low songs, and they're just like, which one? And you're like, yes.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, that'd be sick. And they're like, which one? All of them.
Yes, all of them.
Yeah.
Just listen, bitch.
All of them. But we just did listen to a song on tour. I can't remember what the name was, but it was by this TikTok dude who's been going hella viral named Jake, but it's like JVKE.
Oh,
and it's this beautiful, beautiful song. It's called like Sun Pretty, Sun Be Pretty. Dude.
Low. I'm just kidding.
I can't remember what it's called right now, and I'm not going to look, but it was really beautiful, and it's totally like different. You know, it has orchestration, big vocals, and like, you know, I mean, you could take the song and just put some big, heavy guitars under it, and it would be incredible.
Love it.
So I think I need to tell the label about that one too, because who knows? Maybe they'll be like, that one's good.
Not another low song. We'll take it.
Yeah.
Hoosty, what do you got? What do you think? What are you thinking?
About a cover to do.
Yeah.
Honestly, we working off the list. Jackson was kind of just saying earlier, like we kind of all put our heads together and made that. How Low by Ludacris. Any Ludacris, I'm fucking there for it. I love all that.
I just feel like you're really just gonna confuse your fan base. You got 3 cover songs that are all have the word low in it. It's like which one? Which one? They're just like yes.
I'll spin all over the world. I'll do other Ludacris songs.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
Okay, just Luda. You know, I got you.
Yeah.
Luda,
Yeah.
Chris.
Move, bitch.
I hope.
Move,
Yeah.
bitch.
Ooh,
Would be great.
that would be a good.
That would be great.
I'd like that.
Metal.
Yeah. Just make the guitar strings go burr. You know.
Yeah, we've never been a band that supports misogyny or anything, but seeing these old lyrics and singing them and just like looking at them, we were like, wow, this is really something. One of the comments on the Get Low video was a lady saying, whenever I listen to this, all my feminism goes straight out the window and I start moving. And I was like, oh my word. But we do not.
At least there's jokes to be had, you know. That's the important thing, you know. It's a cover song. It's like, come on, like.
Yeah. No, we don't.
You can't control that.
We don't say bitch, except for in those covers.
Just in the covers. That's it. You know. You have to keep it for lyrical accuracy. You know. Not that you mean it. You know.
Yeah. I mean, no one's really said anything. So
yeah, like if I stub my toe, I just say ouch or like bitch, you know, but like that's what happens. But I'm not calling someone a bitch, you know. That'd be terrible. Why would you do that? No good. No good.
No,
we don't condone that. We don't condone that here, you know. So
we do not.
But guys, you know we do condone. We do condone leaving a comment for Designer Disguise to let them know what song you'd love to hear them cover. Drop it down below. Not please. Low. Don't put low in. Please don't do that. Just put it in the comment section and let them know what song they should do next. Who knows? Maybe it'll wind up being a cover song. You know, just saying. You know, you have an opinion. Just
tell us what it is now
in the comments. The next question I have for you guys is another fun one. What is your favorite food to eat?
Well, I love tacos. I love them. I love them to death. I have a lot of food allergies, and I can eat tacos. So, because you can put whatever you want in tacos. Obviously, like you generally put in the sort of same things, but you can change the meats. But if you have a good meat, good guacamole, and even like something crunchy, and a nice corn tortilla that's fried up, top notch with a
Chef's
good slop. Yeah. Molto
Mamma mia, mamma mia.
Taco. That was Italian. To be clear. What about you?
Hoosty?
Misty likes the dude. I really like Japanese food, karage or katsu or like sushi and ramen. All that stuff is super good. Also, Korean food, the best.
Hey,
I've ever
let's
had.
go.
Dude. Yeah, kimchi, fried rice. It's all good shit. I like food too much. I can't really pick, I guess.
I think Hoosty and I are you know brothers from other mothers. You know, as being a Korean, you know that hit the soul. You know, I was on board.
Oh yeah.
From start.
Hit the soul.
Oh, with soul with an E, yo.
Oh my God. I opened my third eye with that one. God, that was great. I love that. Kudos. Oh my God.
That's you, my friend. Well done.
That was great. That was
We stand the host.
The host. The hoosted on fire.
Yes, he is.
The next question I have for you guys is one of my favorite questions I like asking. If you guys could have a dream collaboration on an up-and-coming designer disguise track, who would you love to have on?
I mean, Hoosty, do you want to say yours first?
Bill Murray.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Now your turn.
Yeah, I was gonna say Bill Murray too, but if he said Bill Murray, I was gonna say Rory.
Oh yeah, that'd be sick.
Rory from Dayseeker.
Yeah.
Either of those, I would be a happy clam.
I would as well.
Interesting situation because like we could feature a really cool rapper that never does like metal tracks. I think having Denzel Curry on a track would be like just mind blowing, you know.
That'd be hot.
But
yeah.
I think just staying true to like the most true to who we are, Bill Murray or Dayseeker collab would be sick.
You know, I also, you know, not to throw my hat in the ring here, but I would love to hear you guys do a collab with Dropout Kings. I feel like that'd be kind of sick.
Well,
man,
you're in for a treat because we have.
What?
Yeah, Out of My Face features Dropout Kings.
Oh,
you're lucky.
Wow.
Because you don't even know yet, man.
I don't even know. This is a pure shock, guys. I did not know that. I did not even look. Wow. It is a dream come true. Listen, guys, I said it and it was real. Oh my god, that's awesome. Well, you know what's really cool? You know what's really cool is that this could also be a dream. So if you'd love to hear Designer Disguise collab with Dayseeker and Bill Murray, you go on Twitter, you tag Designer Disguise, you tag Bill Murray, you tag Dayseeker, you type in collab ? And you know, listen, I didn't go to law school. Clearly, I didn't go to Berklee College of Music either, but it's on the internet, and you know what they say when it's on the internet. It's probably real, you know. So I'm just saying.
Make it so.
You know, hey, make it a reality. You know, it's already there. You know, the songs in the DMs just molto bene, ready to be released. You know, so I just want to tell you, it's here. You know, so if you know, all you have to do is send that tweet out. You know, and then. Yeah, the rest is history. You know, I don't want to force the opinion. You know, you do what you want, but I'm just saying, you know, what do you have to lose? That's what I'm saying. You know, so
you do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want, but like if you didn't,
yeah,
but if you didn't, yeah,
finger guns.
Yeah, what is what is, but The next question I have for you guys is, and I didn't even ask this earlier because it didn't even cross my mind because we're having such a fantastic time. How did you guys get signed to Invogue? I'm always curious on how bands get like sorted out through labels because you know, in my tenure of doing YouTube, you know, I've had plenty of bands get signed. You know, how did they find out about your band, and you know, how did that process come to be? I imagine for you guys, you must have been like, shit, this is awesome. Like this is like the craziest thing. Like somebody, you know, senpai noticed me, you know. So like how did that come to be with you guys and Invogue?
Man, it's been such a crazy few years of creation that like low-key I'm having a hard time remembering. Like it was like a really incredible moment, but I don't even entirely remember how Nick Moore got into contact with us.
Well, so our manager at the time sent our music to Nick, and Nick was vibing with it. And before we were on Vogue, we were on Substream, which was a much smaller label. And I'd like to think that they just liked us enough that they just moved us over to Invogue. And we are kind of like small fish in a big sea over at Invogue, and we're like excited to like prove our worth, you know. But it was a lot of really cool happenstances that kind of aligned throughout the COVID years, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, basically, I think Nick just had faith in us and wanted to see what we could do, and so yeah, we really appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, it was really cool. It was really cool when it happened. I entirely remember once it was like we're sending over a contract and stuff. I just couldn't remember like when the first contact happened, but you know, I think it was pretty soon after we released the Nowhere EP that we did with Eric Ron, and I think Undercurrent popped off, and then we did No One's All Right, and then I think shortly after that, and we did Enemy Reimagined, and then shortly after that was when we got into contact with them, because right about the time we were putting out of My Face is when, or right after is when we or during when we started talking to Nick.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And then during the process of creating the album, we were kind of coming up against, we just sort of had finished it, and then Nick was like, what do you guys think about coming over to Invogue? And we were like, we think that is very cool. And we've been working with them on releasing elsewhere, and it's been really cool. And then Get Low popped off, and we had a bigger meeting with them about like, so what are we doing next? Like, what do you think you guys need to do? And it felt like they were like, you guys are doing something right. What should we do together? And it was a cool meeting. We were like, we think we need to tour, get a booking agent and go to a producer. And they're like, good, that is what you need to do. And we were worried because some people are like, we need to go on tour with Slipknot and get a Grammy. And he's like, yeah, of course.
Yeah, brother. Yeah.
They
Turn
were
it
like,
up.
yeah, no, but they were like, you guys seem, level-headed and like you're, about doing the work to have the fun things happen, which is entirely true. We do pride ourselves in working hard. And we're thinking, it feels like that is being noticed by people who listen, and by the label, who's been really awesome to work with. Like we did our last video, and they ended up helping a lot with that. And to go from being just like, just spending our own money and being poor all the time, to having the label help and still being poor is great.
Ouch. Starving artist syndrome here. No, for
purpose rich. Purpose rich is what I always talk about. I would rather be monetarily poor and be doing this than be rich and be the person who comes up to an artist and they're like, it's so incredible what you do. I've sold my soul to capitalism, but it's cool that you do it. I'm like, we out here like making art and
hell
spreading love.
Yeah.
And big chugs.
Love and big chugs. That should be your next shirt title. I'm just saying, I would buy that shit immediately.
For real. That's
immediately. Money would be sent right now at mid-interview. No, I love that, because I feel like for me, just seeing bands kind of grow up and do their thing, like, when you get to experience bands that you had originally on, like, within the first year, you're like, these are my babies, and then, as I get older and I get more into doing this, like, it's cool to see how bands kind of start out, and it's crazy how the right place, right time mentality just somehow just flows within music, and somehow it just works out. And I think that's such a cool thing. And obviously, like, big kudos to Invogue for getting you guys signed, and, that you guys are moving and just grooving and doing stuff, because I didn't know about your band up until, weeks, maybe like a week ago or something like that. And so I hope that this interview and the things that follow beyond that, I hope people find out about your band, because it seems like what you guys do is very genuine, and I always love supporting those things, because I feel like, I come across as pretty genuine. But if not, you let me know in the comments if I'm not genuine, because I'll make sure to leave you a nice comment below. But I feel like sometimes that, I think sometimes it's like when, you have a band that's just like kicking ass, and then, you don't feel like they're getting what they deserve. Like, it's tough to see, but I feel like with you guys, it's like they saw something in you early on, and obviously are trying to foster that and grow that, and obviously I hope you guys have the success, and, the best way for you guys to give that success to Designer Disguise is going to listen to Elsewhere, and then, picking up the album and some merch and all that stuff, just, it's in the description. I don't want to force you to do anything, but, it's down there, if you want to just, pick up something, a shirt would be sick, so
we got to
do it.
It's chill. Check it out.
Yeah, but like also, we don't believe in capitalism, but also like, if you wanted to like support them, that'd be kind of sick, so.
Yes,
and that doesn't support capitalism. I mean, kind of. All right, never mind. I mean my own words, but yeah, definitely go pick up a shirt. That'd be sick.
Yes.
Support the man. Pick up a Designer Disguise shirt. No, we operate within capitalism, but we are poor. So it's different stakes,
Well, listen, guys, just Spotify it, like I said, pick up a shirt. Like, I think we always get in this mentality of like bands, you know, like I know that's the common trope of bands are poor all the time, but like if you really want to see a band hit your, you know, obviously I know that I can imagine the jokes are going to be inflowing in my comments about come to Brazil. Please, for the love of God, do not put that in the comment section here. But like if you do, it'd be hilarious, and I'll make sure to comment back. But I feel like if you anytime that I see a tour like and people are like, man, this isn't coming to my city or whatever, you gotta like you have to support them. Listen to the album. I know people money's tight, certainly, but like if you can stream the album, if you could share their posts, like what they do, whatever, like that helps out a ton. And you know, if you want to see them succeed and you want to see them come to your city, that's like the best way to do that, you know? And
Totally.
or if you're just like, man, I'm not gonna have that like venti like Starbucks like mega shot, um 2 coffees and 1 espresso bonanza, you know, if you don't order that one time, like you could buy like a cool CD, or you could like buy a shirt, and that's gonna be able to like help you see that band that you love, you know. And I think I'll get off my pedestal, but like I do feel like that helps out bands so much, and it's a very understated thing. So if you like Designer Disguise like I do, you know, I'm already gonna go give them a follow on all of the social media, and then, you know, obviously give them a share because that's what I do here. But like, you should do that as well if you really enjoy their music and support what they do. Go show them some love. That's like what I hope that my community does. So I hope that you guys go support Designer Disguise because they're the homies. You know, we hadn't even known each other prior to this point, and now we're just making like goofs and gaffs all night here. So, you know, it's good. The vibes are strong. So I
The
love
vibes
that.
are strong.
But yeah,
And honestly,
designer vibes are not disguised. Sorry, that was I wasn't
no,
even trying
that was great.
Oh yeah, no. We appreciate all shots taken. We're not all good, but we like when we go for
I
it.
shoot many shots, but they don't hit, you know.
Not everything's a skunk and manunk, but you know, some things are pretty good, you know.
But yeah, also like if you don't have the means to monetarily like support us, come say hi to us. We like to interact with fans, and like we're trying to create communities on all our social medias. Say hi. That means a lot.
Truly. Like, you know, and sharing. If you're on TikTok, making a video, just being like, I like this song, actually goes a huge way. It does a lot for us. So
goes a huge way. That's gonna be my new phrase now. I love that.
You can have that shirt.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I like that. I'll take it.
But yeah, say hi to us. Follow us. Like, you know, we're not so big that we don't interact with our fans. You know, like we really enjoy talking to everyone and talking about music, and just say hi. We're just normal dudes duding around, you know.
Oh yeah, I get that. You know, that's me to a T. You know, I had somebody come up to me and they're like, "I thought you were just gonna be an asshole," and I was like, I mean, no.
Well, that and
I'm an asshole. No, I'm kidding. Fuck you. No, I'm kidding. I would never do that. Honestly, like people that have come up to me, like I think are delightfully surprised that I'm just like very approachable. They're like, man, I just didn't, you know, you just seem like really energetic and like, you know, just really chill, and I just didn't think you would carry that same energy like in person. But I swear to God, you know, I want somebody to prove me wrong and tell me I'm an asshole to my face. So please don't actually do that. I have feelings, and that would hurt my feelings greatly. But I might cry on my way home. But you know, it would be an honest blow to the chest. You know, so I'll take it. Hoosie's gone.
I'm alive, but dude, this has seriously been one of the best interviews.
Oh, thank you.
It's been a lot of fun. We really appreciate you having us on.
I also thought Hoosie was just gonna leave. He was like, "Man, I'm just having a great time," and just like dips out of the call. I'm out, Hoosie out, and then he's just like, and then just like, and then just like smoke screen comes up, and we just see him like standing in the background like this.
Yeah,
he doesn't say anything.
Right.
We're like, are you gonna leave? Like, and he's just like, he's still just like here, like,
I'm like, I still kind of need my phone. Shit.
And then he just doesn't know what to do, and then I just have to talk to Jackson for like the next hour, which would be great, you know, not denying that, but I think it would just make the interview like that much more ominous. They're just like, why did like he made this whole interest about like leaving and then didn't leave? That's strange. What's wrong? We love this band so much. The type of content the depths they go to for content is great.
Right.
Performance art.
Performance art, yeah, you guys are, you know, really living the artist life here. But no, I think for me, like, I am excited to be a part of the community, certainly, and I think like I kind of find a lot of similarities to what I do. Like I talked about in like one of the reactions I did, it's just like if a band changes their sound or like does a bunch of different things, like we're in a community where we want to share in that experience. Like, you know, I understand that not every song is going to be for everybody, but by taking a shit on a song you don't like, it's not doing anything for anybody, right? You know, like to me that's nothing that I have appreciated. It's not good for the community, and it's just, you know, a terrible thing to be a part of, you know. And so I feel like for me, if I don't like a song, I'll just be like, it's just not for me. I don't hate it. I think musically it might resonate with me or like lyrically or whatever. You know, that might be a cool thing, but it might not be my cup of tea. But somebody else that watches my video might be like, "Oh, Brandon, this is my new favorite band. I love these guys. Designer Disguise is like the most sick band ever." And I'm like, they're kind of mid. But you know, like, you know, I mean, like, obviously, I'm joking, guys. I'm joking. That was a total joke. But like, you know, like somebody might enjoy your music more than I would, or vice versa. You know, I think that's like the products of like the internet. Obviously, everybody has their opinion on it, but I feel like my job as an interviewer and as a reviewer is not for me to take an absolute dump on an album that comes out. My job is to just be like, hey, I feel like this album might be cool for someone else, and like I want to go into it with an open mind and be like, okay, like they said this kind of spans multiple genres, how does this work out for me? And I listen to it, I'm like, oh, I like this one, or hey, I this one wasn't really for me, but somebody that's watching the stream or whatever might be like, oh, this was a sick song, this one was one of my favorites, I really enjoyed this one. That's fucking killer to me. Like, I love that. So, you know, I never want to feel like I am just smashing that thought for someone else, because I am a part of the community and I don't want to ever feel like I am gatekeeping someone from really getting into heavy music. Like, I enjoy getting into it early on, and I want to feel like people that check out my content and what I do, they feel welcome here and watching what I do. And I imagine that's very similarly to you guys, where you're just like, listen, we're just dudes being dudes, you know, and so I appreciate that, and I think it makes me like your band that much more if I wasn't already just like, you know, mile high on Designer Disguise. Now I feel like if even more so, like I love that mentality, and you know, I think I would hope that is the consensus amongst, you know, most of the bands within the scene. I think, you know, everybody's chill from what I've gathered, you know. So
well, I think, you know, we really talk about valuing kindness and just like compassion over anything. It's like, I'll take a kind person over the most talented person.
Oh yeah,
any day. You know, like
I'm in the band.
Yeah. But yeah, we totally agree with that. Like, we want to create a community where you can have opposite opinions, but like, you know, like that we tend not to shit on stuff. You know, we just are like, it's the same thing. It's not for me. But you know, I never like with any art, I don't like shitting on it, because like that'll totally put a lens on how somebody sees it, because they're seeing your opinion and they don't get to see it through their own opinion. And through their own experience. And I think it's so important to allow for differences in opinion and have there be kindness therein rather than like vitriol.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Hoosty, you look like you got some thoughts.
I do have some thoughts, but they might not be super pertinent. There's a book called The Artist Way. It's a really good book for creatives, and they talk a lot about like your I think it's inner artistic child and like
Okay.
protect that. And really, whenever someone creates art, like just shitting on it is like shitting on like a lot more than the song they
Yeah.
create.
Oh yeah.
Everyone has an inner child, artistic child that they have to protect from like outside influences.
Mm-hmm.
Like shitting on your track and stuff. And I just think like creativity is one of the most like beautiful, magical things about humanity.
Agreed.
And music is my preferred medium. And I don't want to shit on anyone's, inner artistic child. I think we should be uplifting, if anything. And if you don't have anything good to say, skunk 'em undone, dude.
Sorry, I had to hit him with a dab. It only felt right. But yeah, I'm glad that you guys are in the same boat, and obviously, guys, you already know. Check out Designer Disguise. I love these guys, so go love them back, please. Thank you. The next question I have for you guys is my personal favorite. I'm a huge nerd, so I love asking this question. If you guys could be a video game character, who would you be?
Oh man, I mean, it's kind of like the question is sort of like, what is it? Would we be the video game character within this world, or would we live in the world in which the game?
I have been getting okay. I wanna on a tangent for a second.
Okay.
I have been getting, so when I ask this question, I either get I have not played video games, or I have people that are hella into video games and they're like, so do I like live on Earth, or do I live like in the planet that this person resides from? Where the fuck are these guys? Where are you guys coming from? That's all I need to know. I just need to know. Okay, that was it. That was my. I love it. Because literally on my desk I have my Nintendo Switch. Just ready. I think the preface that I have put on for this question is you are in that specific world. So whoever you pick, you're there.
Okay. Yeah.
It would be very weird if you're just like The Witcher and you're fucking sitting in LA traffic. Like,
yeah,
he would hate living in LA.
But you'd just be sexy as hell in LA, and that's not bad.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, that's true. That's tough.
Well,
yeah, bad analogy.
The world, and based on who I play in Mario Kart, I'd be Cat Peach, just running around in the Mario world because there's so much coolness and cuteness. I have a Cat Peach. She's back there. You can't see her, but I have a stuffed Cat Peach over there.
Love it. Jackson's killing it. Who's Steve? What do you got?
Oh, dude, I don't know. I can't think of one right now, but I'll just shoot it off the top of the dome. I would be Hollow Knight because I think maybe he's like undead or dead, and that's pretty metal as fuck, dude.
You can collect eggs, dude.
I could collect rotten eggs.
You can. Yeah.
I just love that game. I don't think I want to be there, but like I'll take it. I'll be Hollow Knight.
Okay, I get because I almost said Doomslayer, but then I was like, wait, no, I don't want to live in like hell or hell on earth.
Right. Yeah.
Tearing things
That's
apart.
true.
It's a thinker.
That is a thinker, So, and I feel like not too, I get the, I feel like a lot of musicians are gamers, and I love that, that's. And then, the people that don't pick a game answer, I don't lose any respect for them, but I feel like I gain that much more respect for bands that give me like, just a chef's kiss of answers,
Magic card right here.
Oh,
within arm's reach.
I literally have I have a ton of like Pokemon Funko Pops on my desk here. Like, I have obviously OG Dragonite, the GOAT,
Wow.
And I have like a bunch of Pokemon stuff. I have let's see what else I have here. I have, a little Kirby figure, my guy, and then I have
I have a Venusaur card over there somewhere.
And then a little Yoshi,
Look.
So we're all gamers here. So I love that,
We're nerds as hell.
Nerds as hell. We love it. So guys, if you're a nerd, come hang out. I'm trying to stream more here on the channel, so come hang out. We're gonna have plenty of goofs and gaffs there too. So You know, if you're part of the gang, you know, come show up, you know, pull up, as the kids say. I don't know. I'm getting old.
We're all too. Don't worry.
You know, I love that emo music those kids make.
The
But
emo.
love that. Next question, guys. If you guys were to compile a dream tour lineup, including Designer Disguise, who would be on it?
Well, I mean, Bill Murray, Dayseeker, and then I would add Bring Me the Horizon.
Woo!
That would slap.
That's clean.
I'd go non-conventional. I'd do Beyonce and the Deer Hunter Designer Disguise.
That would be insane, dude.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That would be like,
they would hate us.
Top 10 most wildest show I think I'll ever be to. I'd love it.
Just Beyonce, DD. That's goals.
That's about it. I'm about it. As long as Beyonce does a feature on one of your songs, you know, she pulls up.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That would be a groundbreaking feature for us.
Yeah.
We do shit for her, but
she's like, I'm a big fan. I love you guys.
I would melt. I would probably perish. I'd be like, I won't even get to see this happen.
Jackson would faint. Jackson can't be used in battle now.
Yeah.
We'll have to revive Justin, you know.
Jackson is sleepy.
Jackson is sleepy.
Love it. Guys, if you want to see, listen, Designer Disguise, Beyonce, you know, you hear them, you know, pre-sale tickets in the description, you know, you heard it here first. Mega World Tour. You know, apparently Beyonce is a big fan. So, you know, I only heard it through the grapevine. You know, I don't know her personally, but you know, that's what her team says. Yeah,
I heard it.
Yeah, you know, she said that her favorite song was Stardust, but I'm not 100%. You know, so just make sure to at her. You know, DM her. You know, but yeah, tickets on sale. You know, this upcoming Friday. You know, tomorrow. So just I don't know what to tell you.
World Tour is going on sale, I'm pretty sure. So.
Oh yeah, exactly.
No,
it's right now. Pre-sale tickets is Hoosty, so make sure you go use that now. Get the tickets now. It's hot and fresh out the kitchen. Yeah. It's not the remix, the Ignition. I'm sorry about that, but
I was just thinking, what song is that? And I was like, oh wait, never mind. Not anymore.
Listen, we can throw a lot of musical references in this interview, so love it. But yeah, guys, Beyonce, Designer Disguise World Tour. You heard it here first. Respect, respect to the guys for giving me that sick plug here. So go pick it up. Go check it out. Pick up tickets now. Next question for you guys is kind of in a similar vein. I imagine you guys have seen a lot of shows over your time, but who puts on a great live performance in terms of bands you've seen?
I saw 21 Pilots at the Gorge once. I'm not like a diehard, but I was at Sasquatch or Sam Squanch, and they were just like the most impressive. They stole the night.
Okay.
It was Frank Ocean was supposed to perform, but then he didn't, and it was
that was sad.
Yeah, it sucked. But 21 Pilots
Frank Ocean
knocked out the park, and then Bring Me the Horizons live show. When I saw them on their last, it was insane. They had just this wall of TVs.
Yes, I saw that. It was so wild. Cool.
I was actually in the crowd, kind of looked away for a sec, and all of a sudden there's this guy walking really fast towards me, and I was kind of in the back who's this dude walking towards me? I was scared inside, but I was ready to get hit, and then it was Ollie. It was freaking Ollie Sykes in the crowd singing, but I didn't know. I was still looking forward, and then I finally figured out. I was like, oh, Ollie just walked right next to me. But when they got the whole crowd to sit down during Throne and then jump, it inspired me to use it on one of the shows on the tour, and it kind of worked.
All right. Well, we'll make sure to turn it up in Philly. If you guys pulled through.
Oh, we will. We will. Guaranteed. With Beyonce.
With Beyonce, yes. Of course. Wouldn't expect anything less.
Green Day was my first show ever on the American Idiot Tour. And that was
goated.
But I've seen the Deer Hunter about 10 times. And then our local friends, Avoid from Seattle.
Oh, I just had them on.
They put on a stupid good live show.
Yes.
It's seriously top tier entertainment. Like they're really cool. So
also, mega love to Benny. He's what an absolute sweetheart. He's a sweetie. I love me some Benny. Shout out to Benny.
Shout out to Benny.
That would be sick. Benny collab. Come on, let's go.
Hey.
Come on, let's go, man.
They're on Thriller, which
I know.
He's under Thriller, so you heard it here first, Benny.
I would like it.
Benny from Avoid on the Beyonce tour.
Yeah.
Buy tickets now. I'm just like I do like a whole advert in the like middle of the interview. I'm like, I just like turn around. Hey, what's going on, guys? Have you ever wanted to hear Beyonce and Designer Disguise on a world tour coming to your city? Well, you're in luck. It's only going to Brazil because that's what they said in the comments.
Because that's where our comment.
And that's where this interview was recorded in Brazil. No,
but we
I'm just
didn't
kidding.
play a show.
But we didn't play a show. That was it. But then Beyonce showed up, and then we made a tour. So here you go, guys. And then we just add like a bunch of James Cameron explosions. You're like, buy tickets now. Yeah, there we go, guys. Well, you know, you can use that for future press, in the future. Just saying. I won't ask for a royalty cut at all.
Respect.
So.
Respect.
But yeah, I would avoid, I can say, seeing them live. And they had, unfortunately, when I saw them in Philly, they did have like some technical issues, but just steamrolled that shit and still continued to kill it. And I was just like, man, that band is one of the best bands I think I've seen live in quite a hot minute. I've seen some bands, so I feel like they are one of the best up and coming bands. I'll keep saying that shit. I don't really care because I do feel like they just absolutely rip. So,
right,
guys, go check out Avoid. Designer in Disguise. Maybe they'll do a tour. They're good. They're going to be they're announced for that Beyonce tour. You heard it here first. So, just saying, we're unleashing all the goodness here. Hoosty knows. The next question I have for you guys is favorite TV show, favorite movie.
Well, I just watched Andor, the new Star Wars thing, and I watched it like 3 times in a row because I loved it so much.
Oh, is that good? Okay, I'll have to watch then.
I mean, I'm a simp for it. I am not even gonna lie. I don't care what anybody
I love
says.
a good Star Wars show, though. I won't lie.
So good.
Okay.
I also love The Mandalorian. And if we're talking like favorite movies of all time, I've seen a lot of movies. I love movies. But Donnie Darko, my emo 7th grade self, saw that and was like, I need to wear a hoodie and be emo for the rest of my life. And I have. But I did just see Avatar: The Way of Water 3 different times, like without 3D, just normal, then with 3D, and then in IMAX. And they heard about it a lot on tour, but nobody else had seen it. And they kept being like, oh, Jackson, have you seen it 3 times? And I was like, yeah, but it was in a different format each time. So what's up? Yeah. So I've seen a lot more movies than that, but those are what I'm going with right now.
Ooh, I like it. Okay. What do you got?
I'm not sure about TV shows. I really like What We Do in the Shadows, the TV show. That was super funny.
I can guess Hoostie's favorite movie. It's Everything Everywhere All at Once. That's what's up.
Right now, that's what's slapping, dude. Annihilation is another big one. Yeah.
Ooh, that's another good one. Yeah. I still have to watch that Everything Everywhere All at Once. I have yet to see that, but it's been recommended.
That one, I want to hear from you.
Oh, okay, yeah. I did see. I think I saw like a clip on YouTube of them going through the process of like editing. They were like very low budget for the movie, and like there was this one scene apparently it was like shot with just like an iPhone, and I was like, no, there's no way. Like, there's no way they filmed this on an iPhone, and I was like. Yep. I was like, man, the magic of movie stuff, it's kind of crazy.
Totally.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we definitely took our love of movies into this album. So if you end up watching all of our videos, we went to LA for 2 of them and actually like shot on sets that were not the sets themselves weren't used in other movies, but the spaces were used in other movies for like Nightmare Before Christmas, some Star Wars stuff, some Mandalorian stuff.
Oh shit.
The Stardust video, we're in a spaceship for it, sort of, and we built that on our own with our friend Ian Ratu, and we actually shot it in a barn. And yeah, like we really went full nerd.
I love it.
And like we got to really see like what it takes to like the magic of filming, how you can take two car seats and some angles,
Yeah.
and make it into, a spaceship.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
I give a lot of credit to people who make music videos. I think they just have, they got that special vision, so it's really cool. So yeah, big salutes. I'll also leave a link, guys, to Stardust. I just watched the music video for that. Chef's Kiss. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, molto bene on the cinematography. I'm not Italian, guys. I just want to let you know. That's the only thing I know in Italian. So big salutes to my Italian fans out there. But the next question I have for you guys, if you were trapped on a desert island for the next month, and there was one album you could bring with you to listen to, what album would it be?
Yeah. 1 month is all right.
I was gonna say, yeah. I feel like people either have like the most visceral reaction. They're like, "How could you, Brandon? Like, why? I'd rather have you hold my family at gunpoint than for me to pick one album for a month." And I'm like, "It's a month, bro. Like, it's okay. It's just a month, man. It's all right. I don't have to talk you off from the ledge, but just saying, like, it's 1 month, man."
How big is the island?
Oh my God! Now you're just asking for semantics here, Jackson. All right.
Well, okay. If it's big enough for me to like run around on, then I would take the Doom thing because it gets me going.
All right.
If I just sit there and like be with it, then I'd probably take the Pendulum album, Immersion.
Ooh. All right. I like that.
Yeah.
Hoosty.
I'd probably pick something that like I know I should listen to, and just if I listen to it, I know I'm gonna go down the rabbit hole, So I'm the Meshuggah. I probably could do that for a month and come out a math wizard or something. But
you'll be a rhythm god.
Yeah, rhythm god.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Meshuggah, whatever the one is.
I love that. Whatever one it is.
Maybe you'll be able to pick it by the end of it.
Oh my God. You just play Bleed for like.
It's funny, at the hardcore show, two of the drummers played, like 5 seconds of Bleed. Like
yeah.
It's 7 minutes and 22 seconds long. That's why it's crazy. And you have to do the hand stuff. So it's just funny that each drummer feels the need to come out and be like, "Look at me do the feet stuff for 2 seconds."
Yeah, that is a peak of modern, metal music, so gotta get a big salutes to Meshuggahs. Love it. The last question, guys, I know we could talk for many more hours. Would love to do that, but we're coming to the end of the line here. But always end off with probably the most personal question for myself, and I would hope for you as well. I love interviewing bands. Music has affected me in such a personal way, and I honestly probably wouldn't be doing this channel if I wasn't affected by music in that sort of way. But why do you guys make music? Why is that something that's a passion for you? That's like, I think we all, everybody can agree this interview was, had the goofs, the gaffes, all the fun stuff, but at the heart of it, why I continue to go back to bands and why I love just talking to bands in general is like their passion for doing this and why they choose to do it. So why do you guys do it, and why is it important in your life?
I'll go first.
It's a weighted question. I understand that.
But I already have it locked and loaded. I have a tattoo on here. It says, "Swim for the music that saves you when you're not so sure you'll survive." And music has saved my life, literally. It's stopped me from when back in the day when things were much harder, wanting to end my life. And it brings me purpose and meaning and joy, and it helps me feel. And knowing what it's done for me and knowing what it still does for me, it makes me want to do that for myself, but for other people, for the kid that is like me when I was 14, not knowing if they want to stick around, and then they hear a song, maybe one of our songs, and we've had people hit us up and be like, "This hits me in a way that really connects." Like that, passing on, paying forward that love and beauty is everything. It's like keeping that alive. What that did for me when I was that age, I wanted to do for another person, and that person will be sitting here having an interview on whatever sort of screen one day talking about how it did that for them, and
I hope so. Yeah.
Yes, that's that's what it is for me. It's the passion, and I love to do it, but what it has given to me just from listening is what I want to be able to impart to someone else.
Yeah, I love that. I love that, Jackson. Big salutes. Who's T?
That's a super great answer, Jackson.
I agree.
And I feel like a lot of that is true with my answer too. But I remember like when I was getting into POD in Lincoln Park, and just that sent me into loving music.
Yeah.
Level. I remember, I think I was like 12, and I had like a vision of playing to a bunch of people. And I think that just solidified the dream of doing it. And I never knew how much certain aspects of being a band would suck or like are challenging and you have to grow through it. But in the end, like now, like fulfilling my dream is really cool and all, but like having a group of really good friends that you can show your, you know, your creative child to them, and they'll respect it, and then like, you know, give you like input or say that it's great. You know, those types of things are next level. It's magical. It's different than, you know, making $1 million, because that's just a number. You know,
Yeah.
the stuff you do in music is a lot more vulnerable. It's a lot more exposing your soul, and it's scary, but like really, but you know.
Yeah, I think I think, and I've definitely, kudos, we gotta give the kudos to the answers because they were both great. But I feel like for me, like, music, as I said before, music has had such an impact on me to like, want to help other bands that, I hope impact other people and get in that way because like, I didn't have that. I want to be that for someone else. Somebody looks at me and it's just like, oh man, he gets to interview bands. That's sick. I should do that. And then I'm just like, yeah, do it up. Like I'm nothing special. I just make dumb jokes sometimes. And so for me, it's like I want to be able to say like, hey, like you could be doing this very much as similar, if not the same thing that what I'm doing, and everybody has a different perspective and different things that they bring to the table. And I just hope that at the end of the day, people can kind of take this and, take heavier music as a whole and have that sort of impact. Because I feel like with heavier music in general has always had that impact. A lot of bands, focus on like mental health and like things that are really important that I don't think, your atypical like top 40s artist would talk about. And then to me is what continues to keep, having me keep come back to bands and like find new ones and find ones that are just like as dedicated, if not more dedicated to what you guys do. But I think it makes me hopefully highlight them to other people so someone else is like, oh man, I'm going through I'm going through a real hard time. Like here's like a ton of bands that have dealt with or have been in a similar situation to you and have written songs about it, and they help me out. Like maybe they might help you out too. And so, I think that, very similarly to what Jackson said, which is paying it forward. You want to be able to put that good, that good graces into someone else's corner. I everybody doesn't have the best days sometimes, myself included, but I think that this type of music can change your mindset in that sort of split second. And like, it's helped me a lot, and I hope that Designer Disguise helps you guys out as well, because like I said, some of the coolest people I've met doing this right now, and I'm not shilling for you guys whatsoever. I genuinely think you guys are just a bunch of sweethearts. So please go check out Designer Disguise. And as the perfect segue into the last thing, guys, tell them where they can find you at on social media, what you guys have coming up next. Tell them about the album if you want to give a little shill about the album, and anything else you would like to plug.
Yeah, real quick, Elsewhere is a concept album. It's got deathcore on it. It's got a ballad on it. It's got everything in between. It's on Spotify. It's on all digital streaming platforms. We're on TikTok if you want to see us be goofy and make sillier covers. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. And just come follow us, say hi, follow us. on Spotify mostly. And if you want to chat, come to TikTok or Instagram. We're there. But coming up, our cover of Low is coming out on Tuesday, and our full cover of Get Low is coming out later in the month. And then there's a fat remix of it coming out early March. So that's what's coming up.
I can't believe you said. It almost sounded like you said the same sentence. That's why I was cracking up so hard.
I knew before.
You had to like really. I could see all the gears turning in your head. You're like, which Low do I say first?
Yeah.
Which one is it?
They'll both be there soon.
Well, guys, listen. Go check out Designer Disguise. I don't have to tell you. We have talked for about an hour and 45 minutes. So please, if you stayed for the long boy, thank you so much. I always appreciate that. But I like these longer form videos, so hopefully you stick it out for the whole thing. But please go check out Designer Disguise. I'll be doing a live stream of Elsewhere. I'll let you guys know. Just follow me on social media. I'll keep you guys up to date on new bands to find out, new bands you can fall in love with. So please go check out them. I'll leave all of the links in the description. If you enjoyed this interview, share, like, and subscribe. It goes a long way. It'll also be out in audio format. I know people have been like hitting the DMs up and they're like, yo, when are these audio formats coming out? When you have 7 years worth of videos to go through and trying to like throw up all of these, interviews up audio wise up onto streaming platforms, it's a pain in the ass. So I am trying to get them all up there. I will probably just continue to get the new ones out and then, try to cycle my way through the old ones. But if you want to listen to this on a long drive, that'd be great. Listen, I'm not trying to show for the YouTube video, but, objectively, I'm with two very hot guys. I'm not gay, but like, I'm just saying, like, they're kind of good looking, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't want to say, like, don't watch the video, but like, just saying, you can watch the video. So, please go do that. And again, please go give Designer Disguise some love. Also big shout outs to Tabitha again from Invogue for getting them on here, and huge thanks to Hoosty and Jackson for coming on and chatting with me.
It's been a serious pleasure, my friend. Like, for real. I can't wait to meet you in real life and give you a hug.
Hell yeah.
Same.
Hell yeah.